Hello everybody, it's Wendy here from the Indigo Blue team with another little video project. I'm going to make this summery card which is good for birthdays, get well, all those kind of occasions, and it's really quick and really easy to do. So I'll put that finished one to one side and we'll make a start. So I've got my white card, and the first thing I'm going to do is to use the background stamp script to create some resist areas with white embossing powder. So I'll pop some Versamark on my script stamp, and I just, as long as I keep it the right way around, it will be okay. I won't get any upside down, because if it looks upside down I can just swizzle it round. So I'm just going to stamp off the edge and the other side, and maybe re-ink. And some on here. Just see that. I think that's going to be enough. I might just pop a little bit in that top corner because that will be visible, whereas some of the bits at the bottom won't be quite so much. Okay, just give that a bit of a spray and a clean to get that sticky ink off it. Okay, right, so on with the white embossing powder, a piece of paper to catch the excess, just throw it on and make sure all those areas are covered. Make sure the lid's on properly. That's good. Right, I'll bring in my heat gun. To have caught everything that I need to catch. That's great. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to put some background colour on here, and I'm going to use Distress inks, and I've got one lipstick and mustard seed. So just some really simple inking with the Distress inks and a blender. I think I might just use this craft mat to do the inking on, so I don't get it all over the bit that you're sort of looking at. Doesn't matter which one I start with. I will start off the mat and on to the card. I'll do that corner, And a bit at the side there. And then I'll come in with my mustard seed. Oops. And maybe a bit more of the warm lipstick. And the pink and yellow should blend to a lovely orangey colour. Here we are. And I'm just going to take a bit of kitchen roll. It's slightly damp. And just make sure that that white resist hasn't got any pardon me, ink sitting on the top of it, so it shows through really well. I think that's okay. Right, a bit of flick and spritzy stuff going on with a bit of water. Just add another layer of texture to what we've got there. And because it's distress ink, of course, it will lift with the water. So pop that on. There we are. It's lifted quite a bit. Perhaps a bit more than I anticipated, so I might just go back in on some of that. Just so it's not too bare white. There we are, that's better. Okay, we'll set that aside to be drying while we do the next step. So the next step is to use the Trio of Tulips stamp, and I'm going to stamp that with some VersaFine Clair ink. Just put those out of the way that I've finished using. So I'll put my on my stamp block. And I'm going to ink it up with green on the leafy bits and orange on the top, so we get a good effect. And I did have a piece of stamping card somewhere. Best laid plans and all that. That's my mat there. Not to worry, I can easily get some more. Here we are. So I'm going to put the green on the bottom as much as I can. And the orange, which is actually summertime, and the green is Green Oasis. Doesn't matter if they just overlap a little bit at the top, just to get that decent coverage. and then I'm going to stamp that. Give it some good pressure. There we are. I might just need to go in with that, but I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to heat emboss this with some clear embossing powder. But before I emboss it, I'll go in and just touch up that little bit of green there. And a bit of embossing powder on that. Okay, and a little bit of noise coming. Right, so the next job will be to cut this out, and that's quite time consuming and you don't really want to watch me do that. So here's one that I've done and cut out earlier. You can see, I'll put it on a background where you can see through. You can see I've gone in and cut through the various stems to weed in those inner bits where I don't want the white card. But other than that, it's just cut out fairly straightforwardly, really. And this is going to be mounted on here, and I've got a little bit of white lace that I want to attach to the bottom as well. So I'm just going to cut that to size. Even that end off a bit. And to about there, I think. Now I'm going to take it a bit shorter so that it's got the 3 loops at the bottom and it looks a bit more balanced. Okay. So this is just getting stuck down. It wants to be able to go in the post, so I want to keep it fairly two-dimensional. This postage for anything that's got foam pads or anything on start to get really silly. I'm just going to spread that out a bit with my finger. Now I'm just checking that I've got the script. You can't read it in terms of it being decipherable words, but you can get an idea of which way round it should be by the loops and things. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's the way it should go. So that on here. Up towards the top so that I can put the lace on the bottom. It needs to go on there like that. And I'm just going to use some sticky red liner tape on the top of here. Oops, not long enough. And take that top layer off with a pokey tool. When it's on fabric rather than paper, it seems to take a bit longer to find the edge. This is where you need one of those Blue Peter moments. And here's what I've done earlier. Never thought about doing that. Try to get in the middle so that it's not tangled up at the edge. Oh, this drives me nuts. There we have it. Perseverance and all that. And I'm just going to put that on there so the tulip looks like it's coming out. I've got that nicely in the middle of that centre bit of the lace. And that is pretty much the top of the card done. I think I might just ink it with some distress ink around the edge. Now I'm not sure. I think I'll do it with the Warm lipstick. So I'll just give it a bit of an inking. And the next thing is to mount it on some of this card, which is a matte mirror card. I didn't want the shiny stuff, so I've gone for the matte. And when I'm using matte card, I like to use a tape runner, just because if you do get any glue on matte card, it's a bit of a devil to make good. And there we are. onto a card blank. Bit of grab and go. And there we have it, a quick and easy, simple but pretty birthday card with a resist technique background and the trio of tulips stamp. Hope you like that, and I'll see you soon on the Indigo Blue pages. Thanks for watching. Bye.